You ChatGPT.
Tattoos are different.
That's ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, huh?
Yeah, that's ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's
No.
Sal. That's
Chat-
Sal
No,
on the bed.
That's ChatGPT.
Dude, that is not
Let me see
ChatGPT.
more.
He went into ChatGPT and said, AI this picture. Look.
That's good.
Wait, are we recording?
We are recording. This whole thing has been an intro, kind of, because we don't do intros anymore.
We have never done an intro.
No,
for
we've
one of these
never
before.
done an intro. It's
Well,
okay.
Dude, we're back.
What
Episode
happened
3.
here? What are you doing with this thing? When did you get this thing? What happened?
So this
fuck?
is a 1950.
Oh wait, by the way, Mateo is here, Sal's brother.
Anyways, this is a 1959 reissue Les Paul in Sunburst. It is light. It's not. It's light aged, Murphy Lab. So it's got some checking. It's got some arm rash. It's got some checking on the headstock. It's got some like minor signs of wear that are the more visible as you look at it. But I've always wanted a 1959 reissue Les Paul, just because a lot of my guitar heroes have played them, and I do have a Marshall, so it kind of pairs.
Your guitar heroes?
Billy Joe Armstrong is one of them.
Oh, really?
And then we got, yeah, as you can tell, if you couldn't tell by the guitar. You know, me and Teo were actually just looking at Les Paul Juniors today. We were looking at double cutaway Les Paul Juniors and just Les Paul Juniors in general, because that's a guitar that I think grew on the both of us. It was a guitar that we kind of stayed away from for a while, but I don't know. We saw one when we were in the Gibson garage. He doesn't like it. I think the TV yellow Gibson. You guys have no
What the fuck
taste.
are you talking about? What?
You guys don't like those?
Oh, what?
Dude.
Everyone just disliked this video.
What the fuck was that?
Dude, they're beautiful.
What the fuck was that?
They're
You couldn't
gorgeous.
just say that.
Let's take a conversation.
Why would you say that?
Dude, they're gorgeous.
Next
What?
conversation. Next.
Somebody, I'll trade this in for a TV yellow Junior any day of the week, double cutaway. Somebody get me the receipts.
You nerd? Move on.
Moving on. Yeah, this is the guitar. It has been an incredible. It's got custom buckers in it, so you have that vintage tone. There's a different setup video that you and I did together on my Les Paul Standard, which has like that more modern tone out of a Les Paul, where this has that like vintage fuzz, more high-end kind of tone. So it's just all around gorgeous. I am so afraid to set this guitar up because Carter Vintage did an incredible job setting this guitar up.
I love this
Dude,
thing.
these strings, we've had these guitars for what? How many? It's probably been 2 weeks,
It's been
maybe?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
These strings are cooked.
Well, you play it. You also, do you teach with this or no?
Teach with the amp.
Well, that's, yeah.
Lots of play work.
Yeah, dude.
For like 4 hours a day?
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours a day with the teaching, and then I literally, dude, I haven't left any, like I don't go anywhere without it. I was researching some stuff today because you're kind of like you're more in tune with this than I am, because I'm at the point where, you know, I want a demo in my room and I want to make stuff, but you know,
You
I
have
don't.
all the means to do it.
The thing is, I don't really know too much about amp sims, so I was going down a rabbit hole.
Oh my god. How do you not know? Watch a fucking YouTube video.
Well, so I don't know which ones to get, so I
Neural
recently
DSP.
that one
They
came
have
up.
a Soldano. They have literally anything you need. They have
But
a
then I
Marshall.
also heard about Amplitude, and I was like,
No,
dude,
no,
because they have
no.
the whole Fender collection. So I was like,
Fuck the Fender collect. You literally have a Fender amp right over there.
yeah, but what if I don't want to plug it in? That thing is loud as hell.
You could get the same tone. It's a fucking Fender. It's a clean amp. What do you mean? You get a clean tone.
Yeah, you're
You
not
fucking
wrong.
turn the pedals off. You fucking get the tone. You put a reverb on.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I heard the Neural DSP is pretty
The
expensive.
Neural DSPs are a good plug is like $80-$90.
That's not bad, actually. So I was looking at a original 1967 ES355. Dude, it was.
I didn't like it.
You know what? I loved the look of it, but when I plugged it in versus this guitar, this put it in the dirt. I also didn't understand the sunburst, because this is a very faded top. I thought it was a dirty lemon burst when I was looking at it.
This is a sunburst.
It's a sunburst. And I don't know if it's just because it's a super faded sunburst or...
I mean, yeah, but it's...
But I thought it was a dirty lemon burst, for sure.
This is Teo's. This is a sunburst, in my opinion.
Wait, what is that? What is the official name of the burst?
That's called a cherry sunburst.
See, that makes sense.
Look at you could clearly see the difference there.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
And one thing I think I can really appreciate about this guitar is how period correct everything is. Everything from like how the binding or how the finish like seeps into the binding on the neck of the guitar. Just like all of the small details. Even like the case candy. I don't know if you went through your case candy, But like, bro, like,
That's my favorite part about getting a guitar.
dude, you gotta see. I don't know if you saw, but they included some of like what I assume would be the original case candy for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like they're talking
Hang
about
tags.
they talk about the Tune-O-Matic bridge and like how to use it properly. And,
I love
and how
Tuna.
to-
I think that's the best bridge ever. Besides like a Godot 510, that is the best bridge that you can get on a guitar.
Yeah, dude.
Tune-O-Matic.
But I think what really drew me into just the guitar itself is the burst buckers. It's where all the tone comes from. It emulates the PAF sound, and like when you put that and like pair it with a Marshall, dude, it's exactly like my tone. Like, you've
That
known
has a
me for a
PAF.
while.
Manson.
That has a PAF in it? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a custom wound Manson PAF.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Tone-wise.
like, I know you, and I know this is like the perfect. This is I think from the moment you were born, this is the guitar that was just waiting for you.
Totally,
This
dude.
is literally your guitar. Everything that embodies you, this guitar has.
I agree, dude.
How are you wrapping those?
I do one wrap. Watch, so I literally go almost like a locking tuner. So I go in. I literally get literally one turn out of this. Watch this. So I go kink it, usual process, under. Oh. Nope. Bitch. And then I go up and around. And then I twist.
Oh, and it still holds the tension.
Yep. And it's literally, if you see it, it's literally, oh, thank you.
Oh, God.
There you go. It's literally one full wrap, and it's done. And that's it.
Like a locking tuner?
Like a locking tuner. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It's more simple than, but yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you set that guitar up.
No, you haven't.
I've only seen you set up the,
Yeah, that's my only guitar without like locking tuners or like an Ep.2 or something.
from last episode, we talked about locking tuners.
Oh boy.
And how much I fucking despise Gibson locking tuners.
Hate those. But
'Cause I had a
totally
bad
fair, because I
experience.
hate Fender locking tuners. Same thing.
Yeah.
They
Just
just
not
don't
good.
work.
They're just
There's
not
no
good.
point.
Yeah, there's
So I don't think a Gibson, like a Tune-O-Matic bridge and any standard Fender bridge, none of them were built to combine with locking tuners.
Yeah, I agree.
If that makes sense.
I totally agree.
None of them work with I put locking tuners on my telly, ruined it. Locking
Yeah.
tuners on the Strat, ruined it. You have to.
Oh, wait, on the new Strat?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw you posted
Yeah,
on
I
Snapchat.
did, and it's doing its job, but the intonation is fucked.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
No matter, even when I fix it, it'll go out like fucking 10 minutes later.
Oh, that sucks.
Super annoying.
Wait, didn't you replace-
Those bridges just aren't meant to be paired with anything but what they were built with.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's just how those guitars were made.
Wait, didn't you replace the locking tuners on your new Strat with the ones that were on one of your old guitars?
I replaced the Fender locking tuners with Hipshot locking tuners, which are amazing. But the only problem is that I don't think Fenders like to pair with anything other than what they were built with. Fenders just suck.
Yeah.
I just hate. I don't like them.
No, I fucking
I
totally
don't like
agree.
them. I love my telly. I would sell my Strat.
Really?
Yeah, I would
The
sell the
brand new
Strat.
Strat, you'd sell it?
I would sell the Strat.
No.
not lying.
Well,
Yeah.
what do you not like about it? What's your
The
deal
tuning
breaker?
stability.
And your
Even before I upgraded it, it was shit.
Yeah.
After the upgrades, it's a little better, but like it won't hold tune.
That sucks, man.
And it's not like I have it in fucking drop B. It's in standard. Like
Oh, that's you have that in standard?
yeah. I gotta play Comfortably Numb somehow. I gotta play Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin on something.
I gotta stop doing that.
Oh!
What happened?
I keep not putting it on the fucking bridge like an
He
idiot.
keeps missing the saddle for some reason.
I'm drunk. Because I haven't been, honest to God,
Saddle again.
I haven't been drinking alcohol.
You did mention that to me, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at the point now where I'm like getting old and fucking one Angry Orchard
You're
has me
fucking 20.
hot and I'm sweating, my hair's wet and like my
My hair's wet.
dude, like, dude, I went a solid like 5 months without alcohol.
What the fuck?
Dude, and
Is that how long we didn't see each other for?
Yes.
Hey,
Because
is that
the last,
true?
yeah.
No, is that my fault? I'm sorry.
Wait, no, I saw you a little after. I think we saw each other because James and Angelique and Tina
Oh yeah,
came here.
yeah, we were all here for something.
But I think I only had like a beer or two. But like, dude, I swear to God, staying away from alcohol for 4 or 5 months, dude, you have 1 beer, 2 beers.
yeah.
I'm out cold. Like this will put me to bed.
That must be nice, actually.
Dude, honestly, it sucks.
Oh.
Because when you're trying to be social about it, like, because I still have the tendencies to like pick up another beer, like I can do that.
It is a social
But I
thing.
can't.
Like I could be full. I was fully done after that second beer. These are 8.5s. So like.
Yeah, you're a maniac.
I was fully okay.
Yo,
Yeah, let me say something about Matt. In Nashville.
holy shit, this is a good story.
We slept in the same living room, couches, and I'd wake up, morning Matt, morning, chugs of beer. The next day, morning Matt, what's up? Still chugging the same beer. I'm like, yo, going to bed, drinking beer, waking up, drinking beer. We're out, guess what?
Drinking a beer.
I was like, yo, Matt's waking up and just chugging beer. I think
It was comedy.
Yeah, no, that was like a 4-day bender.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he didn't miss one hour.
Not 1 hour
Not
where I
1
was
hour.
like, guys, we need to go and get beer.
Dude, that was a great time.
Whenever the beer got down to like, I think, because I remember me and Luke, we were looking at the fridge and we were like, fuck, there's only like 15 beers left.
15.
We're like, fuck, we gotta go to the store. So we go to the store, we get like fucking 5 more 24 packs. Yep. And that lasted us like a day. Between like 3 guys. Like, yeah.
But I still remember.
You had your first cigar on that
I
trip.
was gonna say my first cigar, my first Twisted Tea.
It was
Oh my
Twisted
God,
Tea.
yeah.
Twisted Teas too, yeah.
It was something.
Fucking Jesus. That was 2023.
Nashville.
That was 2023, huh?
That was 2 years ago.
Look at us now.
Driving.
What? Okay, here's a this is a great question, especially a podcast question that I think can break off into a whole bunch of different discussions. Do you guys feel that Nashville is the place to go for musicians? If you're an upcoming musician or artist, do you feel like Nashville is the place to be?
Yeah, that's the mecca for musicians.
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no.
I'm gonna say no.
Let me hear your reasoning.
Because I remember hearing a story from when we went. I don't know who talked to him. I think maybe mom and dad talked to somebody and said that it was in Carter Vintage. He was from Jersey, Morristown.
Yeah.
And he said he came to Nashville looking to play covers, and he had to. There was no way around it. He had to play country music. Are you good there, brother?
Oh yeah.
So this dude came to Nashville. Dude, you're gonna break your guitar.
Dude, I'm putting. There we go.
So
I just put so much force into that.
Came to Nashville, wanted to play rock and roll, but he was forced to play country covers. And
Yeah.
that's the only way he can play live, and that's like he's stuck that way. So he said like it sucks being that way. He still enjoys it. We also asked probably every Uber driver if they liked Nashville, and they were like, no. They moved from.
Well, you remember when we asked our Uber driver and we were like, yo, are we good? And he was like, I don't know why you guys are fucking here.
Yeah.
So out of everyone, we asked them, the first question was, where did you come from? It was either Florida or some other bullshit state that doesn't exist. And everyone said, oh, well, I moved here from here. Are you happy with the decision? No. Well, why? Oh, it's Nashville. It's just not the best. For musicians, though, I think if you're playing a gig every single night, I'm gonna go pee.
If you're playing a gig every single night and you got yourself lined up with a bunch of gigs, I'd say do it. If not, would you go?
Here's the thing about Nashville. Like, wait, I have a mic already.
Oh.
I have a mic. Fuck. So the thing about Nashville that I feel is really, really tough is like, I feel like everybody that goes down there has to play a lot of covers. And the only way you can really get booked is if you're a solid cover band. I feel like if you're going down there to push your original music, it's really hard to get booked by venues. It's really hard to get booked by bars. Because all these bars are having people come in there all the time who want to have fun. And they're not going to have fun listening to music that they don't know. So they want people who are playing covers, and they get paid very, very small amounts. Especially if you're in a 4 or 5 piece band, you're making nothing.
You're making dirt, and if you're not playing Tennessee whiskey in your set, then you're kicked out.
So you're not, you have to play country music. That's another big one. You have to play country music. So I feel like if you're somebody that's an original artist, it's really hard down there. I'd say the only thing that it is excellent for is making great connections with other musicians, and that will help you get more shows and things like that. I think if you're a session player, you'll probably find way more success than going down there as a band.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you really want to find success as a band, social media and marketing is just like
you're better off just not going.
Yeah, I mean,
in my opinion,
we went down there as an original band, and Oh, I almost smashed into that
Yep.
camera. Holy shit.
Yeah, when we went as an original band in 23,
Didn't work.
it was we played all of our original songs, and then we played like 4 covers or something like that, and all of a sudden we played 4 covers, and everyone sprawled to us, and then we went back to our originals, and everyone fucked off.
Yeah, that's true.
So whoever was there, a big fuck you to that. That was fucked up. But I don't know. Nashville was great for musicians. I think it's a great travel. I think it's a great experience. To experience it is another thing. To live there, I say,
Oh, living there would be crazy.
right? I say no. Living there seems like everyone hates it and they don't like there. But the guitar spots, man. Yo, we went to Rumble Seat. You ever heard of Rumble Seat?
No.
Rumble Seat Music had Keith Richards' guitar. It was an original 50s Telecaster from his tour. It was incredible.
Wow, dude. I set this
Remember
thing
that original 50s Telecaster owned by Keith Richards? That was
Oh,
just-
yeah.
it was
dude
just
had
hanging
an
up.
original, yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, that's Keith Richards." I'm like,
No, but yeah.
it's not in a case. It's hanging, and it's mine if I steal it.
But like acoustically too. Like, bro.
It's just so crisp.
It's and it's bright too.
Wormholes in space.
Wormholes in space.
Anunnaki.
The, what?
Solid.
The Anunnaki?
We're telling Sal about this whole fucking space shit. Aliens and shit. Oh my god. When you go down a rat, it's so much fun.
Yo, are you into like Area 51 and shit?
Like, dude, like who built the pyramids?
Aliens.
Clearly.
Aliens.
There's no way aliens did not build that shit.
Bro,
You
yeah.
can't tell me.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone else said giants.
I think
Giants.
I like
I
that.
have seen the giant
You
theory.
know, I think it's fun to believe that. Or the aliens. I think it's just fun to believe.
I think it's aliens because like if you see like all the hieroglyphics and everything on like the tombs and
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
it literally shows UFOs and all that crazy shit. There's no fucking way.
Right?
There's no way like a bunch of Jewish slaves fucking put the pyramids. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
How did they align it with those Orion stars? And you're telling me each stone was cut perfectly, placed perfectly?
They're also like 600 pounds each.
Yeah, they're
like,
huge.
They went up to 80 tons.
Yeah, that's nuts.
80 tons.
That's more than a fucking semi truck.
2,000
Yeah.
pounds isn't a ton, by the way.
It's either
Yeah.
aliens.
80 tons.
It's either aliens with their like anti-gravity matter
Absolutely.
or giants.
I love both.
I like both too.
This thing's so wicked, man.
What?
I don't know how big your schlongs are.
But think, oh, yeah, of course you think.
The guy's like, oh, let me help out with that.
Yo,
He could probably use it as a lasso, like hold one,
Lasso.
wrap
A
his cock
lasso!
around, pick up the boulder like this. He's holding it by his
I'm really
cock.
happy.
No, who was the first guy to milk a cow?
Okay.
Who
That's
was the
my
first
thing.
guy to milk a cow? Dude, you know who we saw while we were in Nashville too? Did we tell you? I think I told you we saw JBLZE.
Lizzo. What?
Lizzo? we saw a lot of Lizzos while we were down there.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Dude, we saw
I'm sure you did.
we saw JBLZE with Mr. Jimmy. Dude, do you know JBLZE? The
No.
band? Bro, it's Jason Bonham's
Oh, that you were saying,
band.
yeah.
Dude, they are spot on, bro.
Really?
I mean, Mr. Jimmy in himself is like, he's in a whole different league of guitar players. He has perfectly emulated Jimmy Page from tone.
Is that guy
to
you showed me on
playing.
YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's cleaner and he's like, I don't know, he just
Yeah, but the thing about Paige is that he's like messy.
he is messy.
You know, that's the thing about him. Is like that's why
messy.
you love his playing so much.
Yeah, dude.
He's
there's-
just like sloppy in a good way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he is really sloppy. That's what makes Page's playing, I think,
Yeah.
so easy to. I mean, but also, you know,
That's why you have such a hard time replicating him because you cannot play sloppy.
it's
Literally impossible for you.
Dude, yeah, dude. But it was great, and the sound was great. Jason Bonham was pretty great. Yeah, they
The
really,
Wonton
the
song.
Wonton song. Speaking of, we were talking about what we think the greatest Zeppelin albums of all time are.
Okay.
And I think, I was just reading an article about this because it came up, when you go on Google, if you have the Google, the Chrome app, it shows you these little articles and it came up like best Zeppelin album. What do you think was number 1? Physical Graffiti. Yep.
See, as much as I adore that album,
My dad would probably
It's the
agree.
best album of all time. Yeah.
I fucked up.
You think there's an album better than Physical Graffiti from Zeppelin?
I mean, you got to think about it, right? You can't compete it because there's 16 songs on there.
Yeah, there's a lot. But even if you can even cut some.
But brother, like, when you think about it, it depends on also what you're looking at. Riffs. If you're looking at riffs and you go to Zeppelin 2, Whole Lot of Love, Heartbreaker, Ramble On,
Yeah.
Dire Maker, or Live and Love and Made.
Yeah.
Like that, like riff.
Yeah, but I'm looking at like all around like the band, how solid the band. Like, bro, Cashmere's on that album.
Yo, if you want to get tight, like go to the
Zep 1 is yeah.
Started off with Good Times, Bad Times.
Good Times Bad Times is arguably one of the coolest.
Breakdown.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, but it's more it's more that's a more classic. I mean, it's all classic rock, but
No Quarter is my favorite song.
No Quarter is my favorite song by Led Zeppelin.
is it really?
Yep. I think me and Tay have literally had this discussion many times.
It's a great song.
Over
Yeah.
the Hills and Far Away.
Damn, your fretboard looks perfect.
I know.
Over the Hills and Far Away, the song remains the same. You got on that album the Rain song.
The Rain song.
Dude, I don't know, man. You got some good
Yeah.
shit. The Ocean.
Ooh.
It's another great one.
Dude, no.
I am literally bleeding to jam right now, dude. You have no idea.
Yeah, same. I can't wait to
Do you
plug
think
this
Dad would
thing
get
in.
pissed?
You can't hear us.
How
We're in
good?
the soundproofed room. We always jam out there.
Were you jam, by the way?
Oh, so now
Jam in there.
now we could just chill in there and
I'll go on
fucking.
bass.
Yo, hey, yo. Oh wait,
Wait, what do you mean go on bass? Who's gonna play the fucking drums? This is almost done.
All right, let's wind this shit. All right, yeah, I was showing Sal the demos that we're gonna play for the outro. All right, let's get back into it.
Yeah, let's. I have I guess a question for you.
Yeah.
I haven't really honed into it as much as I think you have. What's the key to being a solid rhythm player? What do you have to do for?
I'm gonna answer your question with a question.
Okay.
What's your key to being a solid lead player? Because it's gonna be a very similar answer. So I want to see what you say.
Yeah. I mean, I think it really just comes down to like putting everything that you learn into context. I feel like a lot of players don't do that enough, where they learn things and then they don't put what they're learning into context. You know, you can metronome for days, but until you start really putting it into perspective with a band and a drummer and a bass player, it's tough to get there.
Yeah.
So I think live music is playing live with a band is the key to it, but I also think that it's, you know, it's hours and hours of locking in with a metronome and things like that to get to that point where your timing is consistent, you're in the pocket with everybody.
Do you think a metronome is key to learning good, not even just rhythm, just, do you think a metronome is key to learning any instrument in general?
Totally.
Yeah.
I do. I think, well, I don't think that it's key to learning, like, you know, I don't think that like because you play with a metronome that you'll be like totally in the pocket with a live drummer or a live bass player, but I think that timing wise, if you want to be consistent, you need a metronome.
Yeah.
You need a
I
metronome.
absolutely agree. I fucked this up. Hold on.
So what did you do to become at the level of rhythm playing? So if there's like somebody watching this that's like, I want to be solid with rhythm, where's the start?
Anyone that tells you that you need to learn music theory to learn basic rhythm is lying. Lying.
I agree
All
with
you
that.
need to do is go to YouTube University and fucking look up who's your favorite guitarist. Like, who's yours?
It's Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy
All right.
Page is my favorite guitar player of all time.
What is your most watched concert of all time?
It's probably Earl's Court. Or 73 Madison Square Garden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. How many times have you watched that?
Over 100.
There you go.
Yeah. So you think the key is watching it
It's stunning.
in action?
The
studying
key to being good in literally anything is just studying how your idol does it. If you want to be the best, right? If you want to like master what you're doing, you just watch over and over and over how that guy does it. How does he do it on stage? Because that guy might play a note differently than the way you do it. He might do a vibrato differently than you do it. If you want to replicate that, you gotta study that. You gotta like really get into that.
Yeah, it's a great point.
I wouldn't even know guitar if it wasn't for me watching Muse at Wembley Stadium in 2007. Like genuinely, I probably watched that concert like fucking 100 times.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I know all those Muse songs.
Yeah. No, totally, dude. I totally agree. Do you want to take on this?
What?
Yeah, Tail.
Do you want to sit next to me so you can hear it better? Or do you want to take my mic real quick? Because I'm going to get another beer. Wait, if I move this, is it going to make a bunch of noise?
You're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Give your take. Because you're a drummer. So at the end of the day, rhythm, I mean, you and a rhythm player, I mean, you and a bass player, that's the fundamentals right there. So what is the key to becoming, because I feel like at the same time, you know, I'm talking about being a good rhythm player on guitar. I feel like the fundamentals are pretty the same on the drums. Yeah. You know, I feel like my take is that I don't feel like you can get great at being a rhythm player by just playing with a metronome. What's your take?
No way. Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Because that way you're limiting yourself.
I agree.
You're only limiting to yourself to 120, 140, 90, whatever you're playing to. But it gets to a point where you're like, all right, now I know how to play this riff at this speed. Yeah. How do I make this riff into a song? Totally. How do I make this riff into a bridge? How do I make this riff, a version of this riff, into a verse? You know, like there's a bunch of shit that goes into rhythm playing that a lot of people like don't take into account, which obviously you do. But like people don't understand that like it's not just okay, I'm gonna go for a 1 hour guitar lesson every week and I can master it. Like no, there's other shit. You gotta go home and study this shit.
Yeah, I agree.
And study why people play the way they do, and like you have to get very comfortable with your instrument, which is something people don't do. Like they'll just pick up a guitar and be like, I give up after a year because they get into like a weak point and they're like, I can't do this.
You can't. You also can't like prepare for when you go up with someone, and like let's say like Sal and I are jamming, and he's like, "Yo, put down a beat." I'm not just gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out a 120 beats per minute." I can't just do that. You know, it's gonna be like, if you get good enough.
You kind of can. You can.
There's times where it's like it's gonna be like 97 beats per minute, 146, 143, but you know when you're a drummer, you have to be good at your tempo. If you're wonky, you might as well quit.
Now, remind the people, how long have you been playing drums and why?
At this point, I've been playing drums for about 18 years. I think a little longer.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
There you go.
I got on my first drum set at about a year old, and I started just playing, having fun. That's the good thing about it is that I started by having fun, not by being forced to learn. I think that's a different scenario because I just hopped on and I had fun first, and then it gradually turned into songs and then beats, and then it turned into where I am now. But you know, again, if I don't play with the metronome, then no one wants to play with me. Simple as that. No one's going to want to play with me. And that's because it's going to be so unenjoyable because they're going to have to either catch up or slow down for me. So
I've only had to catch up to you. Never had to slow down for you. This motherfucker just speeds up out of nowhere.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
No, him.
Oh.
If you're playing
with
me,
ramble on? Oh, I'll speed up.
Like,
what the fuck?
If you're playing with me and I'll pull out a half time and then I'll double time it, and then you're fucked. Then you have to follow me. But yeah, I think for guitar players, it can be different.
But something people should know is that he also plays guitar.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he knows what he's talking about.
Antennas coming out of your guitar. Holy shit.
I haven't cut them yet. I don't cut them till I'm done, bro.
I think you could pick up a satellite with that thing. As a drummer, if you aren't playing with the metronome, you're a bad drummer. Fuck you. But if you're a guitar player and you're playing with the metronome, that's very good. Thank you. But I mean, Sal, if I was a shitty drummer who couldn't play on time, would you enjoy jamming with me?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, there's no way that's even possible to enjoy that.
It's not. It's not.
I'm
possible.
sorry, but it's
It's not fun. And you know what? I was told by someone that when I play along with the click, I'm able to dance around the click. And ever since I got told that, I was like, I did start to appreciate my drumming a lot more because when I play with a metronome and I start doing these wonky things around it instead of to it, because a lot of people when they hear a metronome they're stuck to it. I think that's another part of musicianship. If you're able to get to the point where you're able to hear metronome and play with it instead of right on it, you're just a different musician. You know what I mean? It's different for guitar because you have to kind of, you can improvise and stuff. But like with drums, you have to keep that steady beat. But if you can start dancing around the metronome while still being on beat,
Ooh, I have a fire question.
Uh-oh.
Fire question. I was thinking about this all week when we were in Nashville. Okay. Wait, if I sit here, am I out of frame if I sit right here?
I don't think
Or
so.
am I in the way?
You're still in like that camera's view,
Yeah.
I think. So I think
Okay.
you're good.
My question is, because this is a solid question. Do you want me to hold this or do you want to hold it? He's dead.
Really?
Okay, Matt, I was thinking about this, and I want your take on this question and your take on this question. And I asked you this question already. We were around Nashville, around some of the most talented musicians that I've ever heard in my entire life. And Matt, you know this.
Yeah.
You were down there. You heard, just like I did, that
Terrifying.
everybody, you throw a rock in Nashville, you're going to hit a musician.
Yeah.
Everybody plays. Yet, it's so hard to make a career, right? All these guys are so great, and they're still playing these bars for dirt cheap money.
Yep.
So if it doesn't matter how great you are at your instrument, then how do you make a career as a musician? And I don't mean like as an engineer or a tour manager.
Social media.
Social media.
It's the only way to do it now.
So do you think
I'm not saying that because that's what I do. I'm saying that because that's genuinely how it is now.
So you think social media is where it's at?
If you, Sal, having basically no social media, you have your TikTok and your Instagram that you don't promote enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best guitar player like in the East Coast. No one knows that.
True that.
That's the thing here. You see, like no one's gonna notice you unless you spend fucking $5,000 on Instagram promotions.
It's true.
Or something like that to make you like get on the algorithm.
So you believe that marketing almost at some point trumps how good you are?
Marketing and social media trumps how good you are. Dude, I can go into a whole thing right now. But like if I pull up my Instagram reels right now, I guarantee you I'll find some random guy that fucking sucks at guitar and has 60,000 likes and
Yeah,
500
right.
comments
You're right.
because everyone wants to, egg them on and think, look, right here, see?
Oh my God, you were dead right. Not playing anything too crazy.
Wait for it.
You know this?
That's the
Wait,
one.
you know
Yeah, I
this?
see those dickhead.
1,900 likes, 68 comments. All of them are egging him on. We need to bring back bullying. Like genuinely, I mean this. We need to bring back bullying. You need to start being fucking mean to people again because this is why real musicians don't get recognized. Everyone wants to meme these good guys, these rage baiting motherfuckers. They're not good at guitar. They can't do shit. And they're getting all these views. Meanwhile, people like you and me I can't play that well, but I can
Yes, you
edit
can.
and I can make a video. Sal could fucking play like a motherfucker. All he needs to do is set up an iPhone. He should get 1 million views. Me, I have the editing and the cameras and shit. I should at least get 100,000.
It's true.
Like, what the fuck?
So then
It makes
follow-up
no
question.
sense to me.
Because
What?
I also want your take on what you believe is key when you're trying to be a musician.
Yeah.
How do you make it? Because I was thinking about it like this with the NBA, the NFL, all those. Like
Don't
you
forget
think
the
about
WNBA.
How can
Come on,
anybody
bro.
forget
Yeah,
about
come
that?
Well, a lot of people can.
Fucking watch an hour of that game and the score's 28-4 and
28-4.
whatever.
Really?
Anyways, I don't know anything about sports really, but I know that with sports, the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, if you're good at your sport, that's how you get drafted into the NFL or the MLB, whatever it may be. So in those regards, all you have to do is be great at what you do. But for musicians, it's totally different.
So different.
It's not just you're great at what you do because that's half the battle. It feels like if you don't really know the ins and outs of marketing, you can't make a career out of this. And, we're not in a world anymore where, word of mouth was king, and playing shows in front of people were king, and selling CDs and albums and vinyls.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. So it's not like how it was. Whereas
my God, I can't
sports
see.
is still the same straightforward route. You are great in high school. You're great in college. You get drafted. That has been the formula.
I hate honestly, Sal. Who was good at sports in high school that's still doing sports now?
Nobody I know.
There you go.
Nobody I know. But I mean, you think about it. The top
You did
of the
sports in high school because you thought it was fucking cool. You got laid twice, and it fucking did well for you. And now you're doing nothing. You're doing e-commerce as a fucking 26-year-old. You're living in fucking Miami. You're in debt. You're like, oh, you're posting to your Instagram every fucking day. Fucking the same steak that you posted last week. It's a repost. You're fucking.
It's crazy because you said that, and like 5 people we went to high school with.
Literally. All just to show your mom and dad that you're not actually in the rut. Meanwhile, you're in the fucking rut.
It doesn't matter how great you are. That doesn't equal success in this specific field. Whereas in other fields, your only job as a football player is to be great at football. Your only job is to be great at baseball. But for us, you could be the greatest at your instrument. You can have great music, great songwriter, but you'll go nowhere. So what's your take? What do you believe is the key to making it in music if it's not how great you are at your instrument? We saw 1 billion great people in Nashville at their instrument, but they're still playing for $50 at the local
why
bar.
weren't any of them famous?
Why are none of them fit? But they're all sick.
Yeah.
So what is the key? And then I have another follow-up question that I think is so important to talk about. Go
I
ahead.
have something interesting.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what. You hear this? Dickhead? I think personally, the main key is to cater to people. Interesting. I know.
Okay.
But listen to me, okay? Just listen closely. I started a TikTok, and my 3rd post got almost 1 million views. No promoting, barely a caption, and the only thing that I did was something that no one else was doing. And I was editing a whole galaxy in my window, and I played Lean With Me by Juice WRLD, okay? I did those 2 things, and that got almost 1 million views, like 200,000 likes.
What do
Not
you
surprised.
think made people want to watch that
What
video?
made people want to watch that was I was catering to the taste of the time. It was
Okay.
Juice WRLD, and I was also catering to the people's eyes. That's all they wanted to see was something different. They never saw anything like that before,
That's cool.
and I knew something. I was at first it was just the backyard. I didn't do any edits. It was just me playing guitar, and guess what happened?
Nothing.
0 views. And then all of a sudden, I put
Dude,
a
this rap job is great.
Can I finish my?
No, but I see what you're saying.
I got 0 views on people looking at my backyard and me playing guitar, and then I put a galaxy in my window, and it got literally, I think about, right now it's probably at 800,000 views. So people wanted something different, people wanted something cool to look at, and because people are slow, and when people watch something on YouTube, they last how many seconds before they click off? So I needed to stop. Oh, yo. I said click off.
Fuck? No, you
Okay.
said last how many seconds?
You did say that. You did.
I did say
You
that.
did say that.
I did say that.
No, but then what's the key to making it as an original artist?
As an original?
Pause, and reset the cameras.
No, don't pause the camera. I can't wait to go to sleep after this. Look at this death combination of liquor and vapes. I'm
vaping,
healthy.
AI.
I'm healthy.
Actually, no one here vapes or drinks.
That's true. And no one plays guitar.
Yeah.
And we're
No one's gonna believe you.
the cameras are rolling. But I'm saying, what's the key
Okay,
to
you
making
wanna-
it as an original artist?
You want to know the originality?
Yeah, what's the originality?
You don't. It's dead. Give up. Fuck yourself.
I'm not opposed to
No,
that.
I'm joking. I think the key to it all, is always being different. It's always infusing something. Every time, like it's always a new trend. You gotta like surf rock, right?
That's a great point.
Surf rock was
Good point.
really not a thing until it was a thing. Rock and roll wasn't a thing until it was a thing. What's next? Country wasn't a thing until it was a thing. Pop was a thing. Deathcore.
DSBM.
There is certain genres that haven't come into the spotlight. Like think about it.
Country's one of them.
You had rap. It got so popular in fucking 2017 with the XXLs and shit, and then it died down and something new came along. And what was that? I'd say I think it was probably like the indie Mac DeMarco was
that's
coming
true,
along,
yeah.
and like that came along during the COVID era.
So
And
you're saying to ride the trends is what you're saying. is the key.
essentially,
What's the
get
trend
get
right now?
get on
It's
before
gotta
the
be
trend.
Country. Country's been
If
like
you have
look
to-
at Post Malone. I mean, Post Malone.
Okay, fuck me then.
What the fuck? Okay, I have a follow.
Wait, no, but that's the thing. find the trend before it's a thing and get on it before anyone else does.
Okay, second follow-up question. Do you guys believe, and I'll give you my take on it, do you guys believe that social media ruined the chances? Because I know a lot of people think that it expanded our chances as musicians to become known. Or do you think it hurt our chances? I believe that it killed our chances because of how saturated all of it is now. Everybody is on TikTok. Everybody's on Instagram trying to be the next biggest artist. My For You page is flooded with band after band after band.
That's true.
That I feel like the longevity of artists and bands now is 3 months because the next one just got pushed in, and it's so easy to discover people. Whereas like back in the day, if you wanted to find a new artist, you had to buy tickets to a concert, you had to show up to the concert, you had to go to the store, buy an album. Now it's like we pull our phones out, it takes 2 seconds, you scroll on Instagram or TikTok, and you find a new band or you find a new artist in 2 seconds. And it's like, there's artists that we've heard of that even in the rap world, when rap was popular, where like they'd be in the music industry 1 second on top of the world, the next moment 3 months later they fell off the face of the earth. You have no idea who they are anymore.
I'm gonna bring up some points here. Led Zeppelin got signed. I don't even know how. Like they formed in 1969, got a record label in 1969, and then they blew up. The Jackson 5, they were playing in high school auditoriums. They went to Motown, got signed because they saw talent, and now they're famous. But every talent that got famous in the 60s, 70s, the 50s, they all got famous because of Motown records. They all got famous because they just walked in.
But do you think social media killed?
Yes, and that's why, because you can go into a record company and you can show them their talent. You'll get picked up instantly. But now it's like you have to go through an agency and a woman named Sharon. She's going to transfer you to somebody else, and then you got to wait on hold for 5 days, and then you don't get a call back. Like now it's so much different.
See, this is why promotion is very important, because nowadays, like what you just said, people aren't going to recognize someone that's just posting on Instagram, blah blah blah. Right? You have to actually reach out to people, reach out to management, reach out to agencies, and be like, hey, I am this guy on Instagram, blah, blah, check my stuff out. I would love to do this, blah, blah, blah. No one does that anymore because everyone's scared. Yeah. It's really annoying.
It's annoying because I think that the rage baiting bullshit is what takes off. Yeah. And very rarely, like, I'll post something that takes me 2-3 hours to make.
Exactly.
And I'm putting my all into it. The mix is great.
It gets 200
and I'll
views.
get 300 views. Yep. And then somebody will post something rage baiting and it's complete bullshit. And it skyrockets and it's funny and it's hilarious. And I think that fucking sucks. But I agree with you. I think there's pros and cons to social media. I think that the pros are you can get a lot of traction in a very, very small amount of time. It doesn't take a lot. All it takes is one video. I believe that every TikTok you post is a lottery ticket and it's free.
Yes.
And it's free. So, I mean, every time you post, it's that much closer.
Post it.
I just feel like the question is how do you convert that to longevity in a career? Because it's very difficult. What is this shit? The fuck?
No, stay here.
No, I can't watch this.
Stay here.
This guy's a dickhead, and he's shoving the mic in his nuts.
Hold on, he did rape me.
Look how he spelled paradise. And you know what's crazy? That shit will get mad views. How many followers does he have?
It has 9,000 views, and he's got fucking...
How many followers does he have?
8,700.
Here's another follow-up question. Do you guys believe that doing live shows in the year of 2025 is fucking useless? Because my answer to that question is yes all the way. Is it fun? Sure. You might gain 4 or 5 fans? Sure. But do I think it's worth all of the hassle of loading an entire backline because the fucking venue doesn't provide one, driving all the way out to the venue to play a 25-minute set and leave with absolutely nothing? 110%.
This is very personal.
This is so very personal. I would rather fucking sit here and make content that will actually get us what we're looking for than to spend all that time rehearsing for the show, breaking down everything in that studio, putting it into a sweaty, shitty van, driving that shit to the show, unloading everything, putting everything together, doing the show, packing everything up, driving everything back here, and then resetting everything up All for what? For $0. And on top of that,
20 Instagram likes.
20 Instagram likes. If that. I don't think we ever did a show and gained more than 2 followers.
Just play like that on the recording.
I got you. What the fuck am I doing?
Sal, I swore you were better than that.
What the fuck? Fuck, what happened to me? I'm really growing up. Cut me in wherever I just left off.
I got you.
Okay, sick.
Hold on, let me just find it. Okay, I'm gonna cut you in at 76.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Alright, 3,
2, 1.
Again.
Again?
Again.
Wait, can you duplicate it so I can hear the guitar before that? Bro, that whole last part was with my fucking fingers.
No fucking way.
I dropped the pick.
Ah! Fuck, now I want to keep it. But I did want to do another take after 76.
I'm down.
Yeah?
I'm still down, yeah.
Let me know when you're good.
I'm out of tune.
Tune up.
Dude, yo, cut me in at that last note I played, because that was fucking disgusting.
You're gonna come in at 119.
Unless you want to cut me in at the beginning of that break.
Yeah, we're gonna go from 112. Do you want more of a lead in? You want 2 bars?
A little bit more,
You want 2 bars?
Thanks, dude.
Alright. You were a little bit off time.
It was off?
A little bit off.
I'm sorry.
I have to lower myself just a touch because my lead is louder than the.
Yeah.
I lowered you by 2.
Perfect.
All right. Ready? 3,
Yep.
2.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly
All right, again, 112.
Yep.
3, 2.
It was off.
Do you want me to set it to 140?
No, wherever you're starting is beautiful.
Okay.
Perfect. Fucking hell, what the fuck am I doing? Alright. What the fuck was that bullshit note that I just put in there?
I don't know what that was, but I did not like.
It was the wrong note.
I love you, but I did not like that.
Fuck me. What do you think of the minimal in the intro?
No.
No, go crazier. Okay.
And we're ready in 3.
Dude,
What?
that was so fucking cool, man.
Fuck!
That was the best one so far.
Oh my god! In one take straight through?
Holy
Oh
fuck.
my god!
Oh god!
Dude, my jaw hurts.
Oh my god!
Bro, there was one. It started like alright, but dude, as it got on, it was so.
Dude, that was really good!
I don't know what line it was, but it's so perfect.
That was